Okay, so it's definitely one of those, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better sort of projects. Made a massive mess, pulled out a lot of stuff, a lot more rotten than I thought, obviously, it's always the case. I was just trying to figure out how to fix something to something else, and how far back did I have to rip everything before, you know, I could brace it and attach pieces of wood to the caravan and go from there. In the end I had to pull out that whole shelf, as you can see, and it was all completely rotten, especially where it's attached to the fiberglass on the outside. It just came away in my hand. It was all wet still as well, because the window's not done properly. So I've pulled the windows off completely. It's actually raining a little bit at the moment, but I've done like a quick temporary seal on some places outside. Bought some timber. Couldn't find the exact dimensions of the old stuff, but I just went for one of the dimensions that was the same and sort of went from there. I'm gonna have to cut the insulation to a different size and stuff, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I've built a little frame which will eventually, I guess, become the little shelf on the side of a double bed. I just sort of screwed it all in place bit by bit. It's actually in 3 sections and shitloads of no nails and sealant and stuff. But obviously what that bar along the back is, where it's attached to the fiberglass, is actually where the J-rails on the outside screw into. So then I had to pull the J-rail off and clean it all and seal it all. Meanwhile, you know, it's raining a little bit here and there. Try not to get anything wet. Bit of a nightmare. Yeah, so I've cleaned the J-rail and screwed it all back in, so it's all attached to the new timber. Next step is going to be putting some insulation back in these little bits, and in the sides, and then putting a big piece of ply across this, and then building the window frames, and then putting ply back on the window frames, and then sealing it all and putting the rubber sealants back on. Yeah, and then I've got to do the sides up to like, basically up to like this panel here, because that's all rotten under there. And the same on the other side. But yeah, it's pretty, we're going somewhere now. It's good, feels good, but same time it's cold and it's wet and there's hardly any room to manoeuvre. There's shit everywhere. A lot of rust, a lot of nails. Hacked my hand up several times already. Blood everywhere. I haven't had a tetanus shot since I was 10, so that's great. Yeah, so just thought I'd give an update of what I've done so far. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. Anyway, bye bye.